Hello everyone, George Packard, Family Lawn and Landscape, and today I want to talk to you guys about how to maintain a good employee relationship. Okay, let's get started. First thing about maintaining a good employee relationship is it is a daily challenge. Know that. Know that the more employees you have, the harder it is because you only have so much time in a given day. I would love the opportunity to call up every one of my employees every single day, pat them on the back, tell them what a good job they've done. Fact is, my life is too busy, and yours is probably too, to where you can't do that all the time, okay? You do it when you can. That's about the best you can do, okay? There's things you can do, though, to make things better, and those are the things that I want to share with you today, okay? One of the best things you can do when you hire an employee, explain their role in the company. If you hire them as a lawn tech, for example, this is what I expect you to do. Mow the grass properly, trim, edge, weed eat, blow, get out of there. That's your job, okay? I expect you to be on time. I expect you to work until the job is done. And I expect you to not be a troublemaker in the company. I expect you to get along with your fellow employees. Be crystal clear with them what the issues are. If anything comes up during the week, like they're late to work, jump on them immediately. Get on them, tell them it's unacceptable, you're not okay with it, things have to change. Let them know you're watching these things, you need them to do their specific role in the company. Explain to them, there's opportunities for advancements. Here's what you have to do to get there. You gotta be just a cracker of an employee, boy. You just gotta be out there just bam, 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 getting things done. Being a good guy, getting along with everybody out there, just doing your job. That's how you climb in the company. If you're a complainer, you're late to work all the time, it's not going to work between us. You're going to go down the road. So the point is to be crystal clear with them right off the bat what your expectations are and let them know you will not put up with it. So don't even test the waters with me because I'm telling you straight up, if you're late to work 3 days in 1 week, you're gone. I'm not going to put up with that. I don't care if you got stuck behind a train. I don't care if there was a car wreck in front of you because I've heard every excuse under the sun. So, I don't care. Show up, do your job. You and I are going to get along just great. Okay? So that's the first thing. Being clear on what you expect from them is a given because an employee that comes into your company and doesn't know what their role is because sometimes they're trimming shrubs or sometimes they're asked to spray, for weeds in the beds, things like that. I mean, you can't do that stuff to people that don't know what they're doing because they will just mangle that stuff on you, okay? And this has happened to me personally, so from experience, I can tell you this is a whole nother story. We'll get into that. But be clear on the reward system for your employees, okay? Be clear that, look, every year we give annual raises. We'll let you off for this, let you off for that. If you have issues that come up, let us know about it. We'll work around you. Things like that. Be 100% clear about all the benefits that you're going to provide to them, okay? Whatever you can afford to provide to them. Also, be equally as clear as to what the punishments are if you don't do your job, okay? For example, if I have to babysit you, if the manager every time we turn around says, man, he's just not getting the work done. There's complaints all the time, this, that, and the other. Set him down immediately as fast as you can. That night when he gets out of the truck, set him down, talk to them, tell them, hey, we had a complaint on you. I went out and I looked at the property. It's a legitimate complaint. You got to fix this. On the other hand, it's the other shoe comes in. We know that we have customers that complain all the time. No matter what you do, you cannot please them. those customers are out there. Okay, everybody knows what I'm talking about. If you don't, you're going to get an eye-opening experience because there's some people that you just cannot please. Okay, so knowing that going in, you sit and try to work with those guys. If the complaints come in, just tell them, hey, Mrs. Jones complained. Here's what it is, and I want you to know, I know she's a complainer. I went out, I looked at the property. I didn't see anything wrong with what you did. I'm just telling you, this is what it is. Don't just water off a duck's back. Just let it go. Don't worry about it. On the other hand, if I have a customer that's been with us for an amount of time and they never complain, and all of a sudden there's complaints, you can bet I'm out there checking that house out. And when I find it, we're going to talk about it. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix what's wrong. Let them know that you are giving them the proper follow-up and the proper guidance to do their job. If they know you have their back and you're willing to train them, if they lack the skills to say trim good, they're not a good trimmer. Okay, I want that guy in the trimmer all day. I want him to learn that. I want you guys to, don't put him on the pristine properties and teach him how to trim, but some of the lesser ones where it's not as important to be perfect with your trimming, let him teach him out there. Teach him how to get that stuff done out there, okay? So, there's that. Nothing wrong whatsoever with taking these guys for lunch once in a while, and I'm guilty of this myself. You know, I get so wrapped up in my own thing sometimes that I don't, you know, I'm trying to run two businesses and the family and the wife and all those things and my parents and brothers and sisters, and there's just so many things that go on, you know. And I'm guilty of not taking the time myself to pat these guys on the back enough to take them out to supper, take them out to lunch. Do anything you can. Remember, the whole point of the video is to try and build up morale with your employees. Be 100% clear on what their responsibilities are, incentives, rewards. Then take them out, pat them on the back once in a while. Tell them what a good job they've done. When you hear a compliment from a customer, they come into our office all the time. What do the girls do? Send them a text on their phone telling them, hey, Mrs. Jones really appreciated the work you did today, said it looks awesome. That means a lot to them because they work hard for you and they're trying to do the best job they can. A lot of these guys are. If you got guys that aren't, down the road. But the guys that are trying to work hard for you and do a good job, let them know that those compliments came in. Okay? Otherwise, all they hear about is the bitches. There was a complaint here, a complaint there. So take the time, and I know it takes time for this stuff and it's frustrating, but it's an extremely good idea, I believe, to let them know when they did do something right. Let them know you acknowledge that, okay? All right. Joke with them all the time. It doesn't cost you a dime to joke with your employees, to let them know that you're one of them, you know? I've had so many instances. One recent that just came up with one of the managers we hired that he didn't know a lot about the lawn care, but he was very good at the business end of things. And we tried to put the mix in. And as soon as we did that, well, we had an employee that was butting heads with him. You know, they were just like this because the manager's trying to get the work done and he's being very professional about it. This guy's saying, I've been mowing grass for 20 years. You're not going to tell me jack shit. Okay, that guy had to sit down and explain to him, here's your role in the company. This is the manager's role in the company. You will do what he says or you're going to go down the road. Now, maybe that's not the purpose of the video as far as getting the morale going, but I'll tell you what, he's become a better employee because of that. Now he's not bucking heads with them. Now he's not fighting with them. Now he's trying to do the right things. So as long as they're taught the right things, they understand the concept, they know the process, this is your role, that's the other guy's role. Once they get all of that and they know that you're listening to them and you're watching them, things go a lot better. A lot better. Okay. All right, so ask them their concerns. Here's another thing. It doesn't take any time. 5 minutes. Call them up. Just say, hey, Chris or Mark or anybody, just say, hey, what's your concerns, man? What's going on in your life? What are your worries with the company? Do you have any issues? I mean, things that aren't right at all or any concerns you want to talk about? That opens up a whole new can of worms with them because then they think you actually give a shit about them, okay? And you should give a shit about them because those are the guys that are the backbone of your company. So when you open that can of worms, all of a sudden you're going to be amazed at the stuff that comes out of their mouth. Like, oh man, my partner sucks. He is horrible. I get my ass jumped all the time because I'm just not getting through these jobs and the complaints, and I'm trying to clean it up, and all these things come to light when you just ask them, hey, do you have any concerns about what's going on? What can I do to help? Put it like that to them. You're going to be amazed at the things that come to light that you never even knew existed in your company, okay? So keep that in mind. The bad days, just laugh it off. Laugh it off with them. I had a guy that, big NPR, a Suzu truck, he sideswiped a car the other day. And of course, at first I was just like, you just want to choke him, But called him up and said, hey, Chris, what happened? And he would tell me, and he told me all about it. And at the end of the story, it was just like, you know what? It happened. So we laughed about it and we move on. Okay? And all I told him was, hey, you got to be more careful. You got to watch what you're doing. You're driving for everybody. You're not just driving for yourself. There's idiots all over the place. So you, with a big truck like that especially, have to be careful. And he gets it now. He gets it. He's like, yeah, I shouldn't have, did what I did or whatever, even though it was definitely this other woman's fault, but Chris still had a role in it, So anyway, so we went over that. Bottom line is, let them know they're appreciated, even if it's just talking to them. I know it's extremely hard to give raises every time you turn around, and it's hard to pat them on the back every time you turn around because your role in the company is completely different than theirs, and they don't see all the things that you do. They don't realize how swamped you are. They don't get that because they're not there. They're not you. They don't know those things. So it's up to you to tell them, and I've done this. I've done this with every manager I've ever had. I've talked with the employees that we have, and I'm like, guys, if I could be in that truck with you every day, I would be in that truck with you because I cut my teeth on doing that stuff. And I love being in the truck. Unfortunately, I have got to be over here. I've got to be working on these things, okay? Then they understand it. Once you explain it to them, they really get it, So it's a matter of taking the time, explaining it to them, and they're going to come around and they're going to be better employees for you. So don't forget to leave your comments down below. I hope this helps you guys out a little bit. It doesn't cost a lot of money to get them on your side if you just treat them like good human beings that they are. You got guys that are crap, get rid of them. You got guys that are good, treat them like gold. So, George Packard, Family Lawn and Landscape. Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and hopefully this helped you guys out. Thanks.